It is a floor sitting kind of day. In fact, it feels like a Sunday, but it's definitely Monday. If you are new to my channel, welcome to the Now Project. It's a 30-day series focused on helping you take action in your life today. Not someday, not tomorrow, but now. And each week we're tackling a different topic or theme that is chosen by you, and then we get to tackle it together and kind of chat about it. And this week we're going to be talking about food. You asked for plant-based eating and veganism and all that jazz, so we're going to bundle that down into food because we're going to talk about some great topics like food waste and composting and meal prep and all that jazz. So that is what lies ahead this week. So be excited because I am. But today, because it's just a casual day, we're casually sitting, we are going to talk about my story and how I even got interested in food and nutrition and plant-based eating and all of that jazz. And so let's go. Imagine you're sitting in my very cozy empty apartment and we're chatting together about food. Quick disclaimer, I am in no way a doctor and you should not listen to me. Cool. I've always been a very health chaser. I think I've been a very health chaser my whole life. When I was little, I remember telling my parents that we couldn't eat at McDonald's because McDonald's was unhealthy. And then I remember for the entire 4th grade, I ate mostly salads and things like that. So while I've always kind of known what healthy is, because I used to read a lot of magazines and the equivalent of blogs back in the day, I didn't really know enough about nutrition to actually know that I'm supposed to eat a lot of food and certain kinds of food and certain nutrients and healthy fats and all that jazz. So I ended up, when I was little, being stage 2 malnutrition because I just wasn't consuming enough and I had a really high metabolism. I didn't like eating very often, so it was just not a very good mix. So some of those unhealthy habits have come with me into adulthood. So I'm constantly having to actively work and think, did I eat 3 times today? Did I eat enough today? Am I eating the right things? Because if not, I will very easily just focus on what I'm doing and really I just love the creative process so much that I'll find that I just didn't eat the entire day or 2 days. It's bad. So it's been a journey. And I know you might have a different journey that it might be completely opposite. You might have an issue eating a lot. For me, what's really hard is eating 3 times a day. But for you, it can be something completely different. So I went vegan 3 years ago. I went vegan January 1st, 2016. And I didn't really know what I was doing, to be fully honest. I kind of did it as a test to see if I could. I was like, oh, I'm an environmentalist. It's kind of ridiculous if I'm not at least trying to eat less meat. I wonder if I could go vegan. And I just did it overnight. And then I ended up sticking with it because I liked it. But so at first I was very hungry all the time. And I was eating very low calorie foods. I was eating a lot of fruits and a lot of veggies, but nothing that's particularly filling. And then I went to the other spectrum. I moved in with a girl who was also vegan and we were veganizing everything. So we were making some of the best meals. And by we, I mean she was, because I'm not quite the cook, but she was. And so we were cooking pizza and just all of these delicious things that were not very nutritious. And I kind of leaned towards the unhealthy vegan. So I was eating fairly healthy things, but I also wasn't. I was eating processed things and packaged things, and I was eating out at restaurants a lot, and eating a lot of oils, and so it just wasn't really healthy. And then in Asia, I was eating out all the time and eating oily things. So in 2018, the intention is to eat healthy. Not only healthy in the sense that what I'm consuming is healthy, but also in the sense that I'm getting enough of everything. I'm getting enough nutrients, I'm getting enough protein, things like that. So that is my intention and goal for 2018. 19 years. They blend together. So I'd love if today, in the first video of this week's challenge, if we could set intentions for what we want to accomplish in food terms. I know that a lot of people have a lot of things when it comes to food. And so together we can chat about it and kind of create a little healthy environment to talk about it. But yeah, that is my intention for the year. And to do that, it requires a lot of prepping and a lot of mindfulness when it comes to what am I eating? So that is the vision. I'm also curious what you'd like to see revolved around this week's videos and what you'd like to chat it about. And you don't have to be vegan to follow this series. I want to make that very clear. You can always eat a plant-based meal and not be vegan. You can incorporate like one meal a week or one meal a month. Like don't feel like this is a pressure to be something. I'm never going to pressure you to be vegan. If you want to be vegan, go for it. If you don't, that's fine. If you want to be vegan for like Monday through Friday and not Saturday and Sunday, like that's fine too. So that's just my personal take on veganism, but obviously other vegans have other opinions. So that is what we're going to go into. For now, don't forget to live sustainably and consciously, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully in a more joyful mood.